In 1969, the world watched in awe as humanity took its first steps beyond our home planet. This is the story of how one man's small step became a giant leap for mankind. The space race was in full swing. The United States and the Soviet Union were pushing boundaries, aiming to be the first to reach the moon. But behind every giant leap are years of preparation, training, and incredible bravery. In July of 1969, three brave astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, set out on the most daring mission in history to land on the moon and return safely to Earth. On July 16, 1969, the mighty Saturn V rocket lifted off from Kennedy Space Center, carrying the Apollo 11 mission. Inside, Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins were strapped into their tiny command module, headed into the unknown. After 3 days in space, the crew reached lunar orbit. It was a tense moment. Everything had to work perfectly. A single mistake could mean disaster. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin boarded the lunar module, known as Eagle, while Michael Collins remained in orbit to pilot the command module. As they approached the lunar surface, alarms began blaring, an issue with the guidance system. But Armstrong, ever calm, continued the descent. With fuel running low, Armstrong took manual control, steering the module over rocky terrain to find a safe spot. Finally, on July 20th, 1969, Eagle touched down. Armstrong's words echoed back to mission control. "Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed." As Armstrong descended the ladder, he spoke the words that would go down in history. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. He became the first human to set foot on the moon, followed shortly by Buzz Aldrin. For 2 hours, Armstrong and Aldrin explored the moon's surface. They planted the American flag, collected samples, and conducted experiments. The images they sent back captivated millions, showing a world no human had ever seen firsthand. After their historic exploration, Armstrong and Aldrin returned to the lunar module and launched back up to rendezvous with Michael Collins in orbit. Together, the three astronauts began their journey home. On July 24th, 1969, Apollo 11 safely splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins had achieved what many thought impossible, forever marking July 20th as a turning point in human history. The world celebrated, and Armstrong became a global hero, symbolizing the power of human determination, ingenuity, and courage. The Apollo 11 mission wasn't just about reaching the moon. It was about inspiring future generations to look up and ask, what's next? The journey of Apollo 11 reminds us that no dream is too big. From standing on Earth to setting foot on the moon, humanity had taken its first step into the universe. And for that, we have three men and a world's worth of dreamers to thank.